in the game.
Utah State lined up, ready to deliver the opening kickoff. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. So the Florida Gators offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. And it's often said quarterback is the most high-profile position in sports, and when you have a guy like this, how could it not be?
Yeah, he's the guy that the defense is going to be keying on. They've had all week long to watch film to get ready for him. But, David, when you have his kind of athletic ability and his kind of arm talent, he is so difficult to stop.
Yeah, you can have all week. You can have all season. This guy is so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They trust him. They know what he brings to the table. This offense revolves around what he can do.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. On the run, it's Coleman. Past the first down marker and still running. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
That's a really good-looking run. I tell you, it's not easy to start at the running back position for the Florida Gators. When you think of where they can recruit in the state of Florida and really national.
Looking for a huge play. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
I don't know how the defense allowed that guy to get so wide open. Obviously, he's got tons of speed. We know that, but you've got to key on him and at least have two people running with him deep down the field. That time, that must have been a coverage bust because he was way too open.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that...
Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. They'll immediately call timeout. The Gators line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And before they can kick it, the receiving team's going to call a timeout. So Utah State's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. They'll try the run. Oh, he's got some space. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. And the Aggies in a good spot here with second and short. Now the play fake. Under fire. He saw just enough daylight to move the sticks and get it done with his legs.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Under fire. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. You see a Gator bringing the heat like that, you think about Derek Harvey, who was the MVP of the national championship game in '06.
And Alex Brown and Javon Curse, they had a long list of guys that could really make the quarterback's life difficult. You gotta put pressure on the quarterback. You gotta affect him. Really nice job on this play.
The Aggies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. They'll ride Davis here. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
It's a draw. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 4th down. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. The give on the inside. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
With the catch, it's Coleman. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give to the back. Past the 30. Turning it on! Touchdown, Florida! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. He'll bring it out. It's Strickland. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. After a good pickup on the run, it's second down. Looking downfield, it's Fagnano. Got his man quickly. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I love the defense. How about the physicality on that one? That's a tough route to defend, and he catches the football, but what does he do? He gets him on the ground right now. Good physical tackle. No yak on that catch.
Sends it back in motion. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Gators sending the offense back to work. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Looking to throw on first down. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. Second down, they'll go to the air. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8-ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Fires to the right. That third down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground. And the Gators will punt it away on fourth down. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw, it's Fagnano. Finds his back in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for second down. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
To do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. From midfield, looking for room. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They're already in field goal range, but Jesse, they want to be aggressive, but they can't take a negative play.
Well, the play caller's got to look up and down his sheet here.
Got it inside the 10. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the three. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half, we'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. The Gators will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a score.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Now on the option. Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Gators sending the offense back to work. If they could somehow find their way into the end zone, a 2-possession lead might feel insurmountable. To the air, it's Tebow. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Wants to throw on 1st down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And that's a gift, right? Like, he was pretty dang open, and that drag route came open, and he had a chance to catch that, chew up some yards, but the defense will take it. And I tell you what, when you go over the middle, man, you got to have some courage, and I don't know if he felt some pressure and some bodies around him, but that was a clear drop.
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Looking to throw, it's Fagnano. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And this defense just continues to dominate the football game. This score is lopsided. It's not looking good. But I know one thing. If you can't protect that guy, there's no chance for you to win this game or the future games.
Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. This will be the 5th kick of the night. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll start this drive going to the air. Finds his man. It's Ginn. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Gators can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gives it on the option. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Give to the back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Pocket breaking down. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with it.
Touchdown, Florida! And the punishment has been extended.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And right down the middle. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Utah State sending its offense back onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point in the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to throw, it's Fagnano. Pulls it in, it's Hatcher. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He'll field the punt. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great.
He'll take a shot. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll run this play from the pistol. On the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who...
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
It's complete on the right side. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacked on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember.
And the sack all the way back at the 5. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.